And hi, again, my name is Mr. Harris. Welcome back to Virtual RYC, and I have the lovely Miss Dawn Tucker here. This is our second video, woo woo!
Awesome.
So in the first video, we talked about some concepts that kids were doing and making some masks and designing, and she took us through this process of engineer design process, right? Which was awesome. However, I personally had so many questions about 3D printing. So she's gonna do a small segment and just break down 3D printing for us. So give her a hand. I don't hear you. Yeah, all right, cool.
Thank you, thank you.
Take it away.
All right, so let's start off with this machine. This is a Dremel Digit Lab. And this is one of the top of the line Dremel printers, 3D printers, actually.
I'll be your model while you talk.
Thank you. So what we have here is what we call the bed, and this is where your design will start printing. What we have here is a protector sheet that we put on our thermal plate. This plate actually heats up to a specific temperature. The extruder, which is like a little funnel that the filament melts out of in specific places, moves around along this bed and starts building layer by layer by layer, and it builds up. So the purpose of using these is so that we can preserve the glass, and at the end of the model, when it's done, we actually have to scrape it out. So this makes it a little easier. You're not scratching the glass, and we use a little scraper like this and scrape our design off.
Like a putty knife.
Like a putty knife, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so what this printer uses is something called Filament. And Filament, which looks like this, very flexible. And you can get it in different colors. This particular filament, there are about 5 different types. This is the highly recommended PLA. And PLA stands for polylactic acid, which is a thermoplastic polymer. Polymers, if you might recall, if you've ever made slime. Have you ever made slime?
Yes.
And you mix up the cornstarch and the soap and the water.
Yeah.
So this is basically made from those kind of materials, either sugar or cornstarch.
So you can eat this.
I wouldn't
I can put
recommend
this in a bowl of cereal with some milk.
I wouldn't recommend
okay.
that.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so on the side here, there's a wheel, and the wheel holds our filaments. So our filaments come in, right now we're printing blue. Our filaments actually come on a reel. And this is what the reel looks like.
Old movie reel.
We put it inside here, and we actually feed the filament through the top of this head right here, and this is the extruder. And this is what melts the plastic, the polymer, as it's going on to your design. So it knows, based on the design that you sent to it, it understands where the polymer should be dropped and where it shouldn't be dropped. So for example, it will know if you do a design of a honeycomb, it will know not to print in the center and basically print only the edges of your honeycomb. So that is how that works.
I have a question.
Yes.
How are you so smart? Now what you guys don't know, we weren't planning on doing this. We did another video and I was like, hey, can you break down this 3D printer? She's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, so she didn't plan for this. And you're like, this is called the extruder, and this is called the demoscopus. And the demoscopus, how do you remember and know all this stuff? How?
So when I started learning how to do 3D printing, it was something I had to learn on my own. And once I learned it, I started working on other projects and with other schools who wanted to do 3D printing. And it just took off from there. One of the things that you have to understand is, like anything else, you have to understand how it works. And once in a while, you may have to troubleshoot certain things. So sometimes the extruder may get clogged. So you have to understand how to drain the filament out of it and start over again. If you are switching colors, so how we have, let's say, orange, we have blue, we want to change the color, you basically have to snip this, drain it out, and then feed in the new color. So there's a little bit of a process that you have to learn and understand, but it is definitely, once you understand it, it is definitely easy to do.
Yeah. You know what I got of what you were saying when you were just speaking? Number one, you have to want to do it. So you wanted to learn
I did
this,
want to
right?
learn it,
So
yeah.
I know a lot about some things because I want to know them, right? And the other thing is there's a reason, right? So you wanted to operate this, so you want to learn it so you know how to operate and also maintain and take care of it.
Exactly.
Those are great reasons to want to learn. So there it is. So sometimes we get stuck and it's kind of hard to learn some things in school because we don't want to and there's no reason, at least we don't see the reason. But things that you say that you really want to be good at, that you really want to do, then you have to want to learn about it. And you have the reason because you have the desire. This is so amazing. Now, I know we talked about it a little bit before. For those of us who didn't watch the first video, you broke down what 2D, what 3D was, and which is three-dimensional and one-dimensional. Can you break that down for our listeners now?
So, one of our students printed this frog.
Aww.
This frog is considered a three-dimensional object because you can look around it, you can look on top of it, you can look under it, and if you look very closely, you can actually see little lines from the filament when it started melting together.
I do. I thought, yeah, it looks like his tough skin, so snakes can't eat him. Yeah.
When you're talking about 2D, you're talking about, like, let's say the old Nintendo systems, video games where you had one character just move from screen to screen. You only saw that one side of that character, and he just went left or right.
Ah, I got it. Like the Mario Brothers or something.
Yes.
Got it. There we have it. Beautiful. Anything we want to say in closing? How hot is this? This is not hot. It's not like an oven.
It's not hot on the outside.
Yeah.
But the extruder head is actually hot. It goes up to 220
You're an
degrees.
extruder head, right?
And the plate also heats up. So it heats up so it can bond easier. So this is not going onto a cold surface. It sticks exactly where it needs to stick as it's melting out.
Okay.
And as I said, this is one of the better versions of a 3D printer. It helps you adjust and level your bed very easily. And you can go through several different, see like right here, see the nozzle temperature?
Yes. I don't want to look too much because I'm shining too much light in the camera. I do want to thank Broadcom Foundation for getting us this lovely gift.
And the lovely filament colors that our students loved so much. We
Absolutely.
have different colors, red, green, purple.
Oh wow, what is this?
So this is what one of our students was playing with. You know, you can, if let's say you want to get a 3D printer, but you're not necessarily very good at designing your own 3D designs, you can actually go to like a share website where other people have created designs that they uploaded. So this is actually a design on one of the websites that allow you to download it and print it. So I printed this for the sake of the students so they could see what COVID was, what it looked like as a cell.
I see.
And they can touch it and move it around.
Cool.
Now this, again, as we talk about science and things going wrong and learning from your mistakes, we actually ran out of filament. So it stopped right here, and you can see we were trying to embed Renaissance Youth Center in the center.
Oh, amazing. Well, Ms. Dawn Tucker, thank you once again for making learning fun.
Thank you for having me.
Because of you, our kids are learning and becoming amazing. So I hope you guys got something out of our 3D printing exercise. Stay tuned, there's more to come. She knows so much stuff. She knows so much stuff.